Here we're going live.
We should have a theme song.
All right, I think we're good to go.
Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. Are we streaming now, John?
Yeah, we're live.
Okay. Well, hello and welcome. This is the April 2021 Chicago TI Users Group meeting. And with us today on stream is myself, Jim Mazurek, John Shanfield, who is handling the streaming for us, and Vic Stirrup, who will be putting out a little presentation of TI. Hal, unfortunately, was not able to join us today due to technical difficulties. That seems to be the theme today. I'm trying to think if there are anything else that we should bring up before we.
I guess nobody can call us today on Skype.
Yeah, since Hal's not with us, the Skype ID is not valid right now. You could probably call the Skype and talk to Hal, but you won't be able to talk to us. Do we have any news that we want to bring up before we turn things over to Vic?
I don't have anything in mind.
Okay, well, okay. What do you have planned for us,
Usually
Vic?
has the dates and library updates. We have a few things outside of what I usually. I was searching around through my files, finding interesting sounding discs. So if you'll bear with me just a minute, I have to and we're going to load disk load off of disk number 1. And so this is the Fairwear disk number 141. Oh, okay. This is actually the second disk I was going to present. The first one is on drive number 2 here. And so we get this, what looks like an error message that says, this did not run an extended cartridge, then basic from the color bar screen. So you would load the program and then run the program, load me from TI, not the memory load and run program. So we'll quit XP here. Well, and the Mini-Mem is sort of like an underused cartridge. It has all sorts of utilities that you can call from BASIC. However, Mini-Mem was sort of rare, but now with the final GROM, everybody can have a mini memory. So I'm going to select option I, DV, devices, and then option S for memory. Okay, so here's the mini memory screen to load and run and reinitialize. We're going to exit this back to the color bar thing. Press 1 and press 1 for TI BASIC. Well, we're in TI BASIC with the mini memory cartridge in the slot. So we're going to hold disk to load me. Now you remember the disk to load is a load program that extended BASIC look for. So this is load me. It's the enter key. And it's loaded. So now do a list. You'll see the program we're running here is the Game Writer's Toolkit. It's copyright of Abbott Software. So now we'll run it. The Game Writer's Toolkit. And we get a bit of a crash here because there's utilities that are supposed to be loading in. Okay, that's not working, right? Loading it again. So we're running in BASIC here. And second time's the charm, it works. Game Writer's Toolkit, copyright Abbott Software, written by Mark Wills. Hey Mark, what you done lately? Okay, so here's the menu screen. Now you have to load these manually. You can't just menu and press enter. So you have to write down or remember what these programs are. So the first one is load meter, intruder, a demo game, which is a rolling demo, program called another demo. Wait, how it's in BASIC? Well, you got the mini memory cartridge, so you can cheat. Mirror, which right top bottom, the actual manual where you would need CTIUG or view a file. Which is a demo of the command. If you would like a printed user's manual, please write to Mark Wells, dated 14/2 of 1991. Abbott Software. I don't know if this marks current address or who distributed it. Okay. So now what we've actually done is we've loaded assembly routines into the memory of the mini memory, which my phenogram is acting like. So we'll load the first program.
Hey Vic, are we
Oop, I forgot I'm in this too.
having a update issue with your video display? Right now it's showing
Intruder.
a game playing and not the menus that you're describing.
Fun the load me program twice. Yeah. Maybe because I ran a listing of the program, I messed it up. Okay, it blinked to very briefly the Game Writer's Toolkit. How to play Intruders. I'll read it out to you. 91. Suddenly, the emergency alarm leaps into life, and the onboard computer tells you that intruders are in your quadrant. You do not have enough fuel to turn around and flee home. So you must fight it out and try to survive until to find you. Use the arrow keys to guide the intruders onto the cross greater than symbol, which is right above the period key in the lower right. Spacebar, enter, Q. No, those don't work. Yeah, use the period key. During range, and it will be good night. Press any key. So now it sets up the display. Okay, so there's green enemy spaceship there. And put the arrow key. I can move my cursor to this squiggly little green dot. That's the target. I don't know if you could actually hear that. You hear that sound when you miss. Three of the aliens there. I'm going to quit this, and we'll do a list. Is the audio coming in?
Things are kind of in and out. Your audio is a little rate distorted.
Hi guys, back
Whatever's
again.
on the
See if my audio
is what you're talking
coming in.
about.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yes. Yes, we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
James? Or John? Can you hear me? I'm showing modulating on my monitor on the meet
Yeah,
screen.
I can see that too. I can hear you, but I guess you can't hear me.
So anyway, doing this. Excuse me, I have to move it a little bit here. All right. We'll start at the beginning of the program. You see there's links here, like setup, quit off. Quit off disables the function equals key combination. Calling color. This is the kind of stuff I love. Assembly routines called from either basic or extended basic programs. They'll let you do a lot of different stuff. We'll load the next program. It loads. And then run. Remember, we're working in basic, so this will be lightning fast. However, it is pretty darn fast considering what the displays are doing. Game Writer's Toolkit 20. Fast. Back down a little bit. Okay, that ran pretty darn quick. So I'll try running it again. Is in this demo, he has 20 fast machine code examples. And that one, okay, for your own TI basic programs. Yes, I can. With the window left and right commands, any part of the screen can be scrolled independently of the rest of the screen, like this. The top window collapses and the two bottom windows move left and right. So you could do a trick like that. Not bad. I hear you, James. I think of it, the print act will allow you to print text just about any on the screen. Wait. How about scrolling more? Or of course. How about sprites? Yes, sprites. The sprite command allows sprites to be put on the screen in any position, in any color, in any of the 4 available sizes. Sprites can move at all. These sprites are not actually automotion sprites. They are sprites, but he's moving them a pixel or 2 at a time. This should impress you. The get photo and put photo size section of the screen and put that on the screen in any position, which is what it's doing now. How's that for quick? It did back to the master title screen, just as if someone had pressed functions. The box commands allows a box of any horizontal and vertical size to be drawn anywhere on the screen. Color roll will roll the colors through all the character sets. So this, the Game Writer's Toolkit, I hadn't run this for a while. But yeah, here's the color roll where it had drawn these angles on the screen and scrolling them to various color sets for the graphics characters. Yeah, usually I don't get much into the mini memory because I hadn't had one for so long. But now with the Finalgram, anyways, I think this does stop after a while. Here, I'll break the program. Assembly commands like setup, lowercase, large characters, quit off, call link site, call screen. Well, that's a regular command. Call link print anywhere in the screen. And this was just the display. We'll load another program. Okay, this is the Photos program. This is where he draws an image on the screen and he takes a virtual photo of part of it and they can display that anywhere on the screen. So the program is intended as a demonstration of the get photo, place photo commands. And shows just how fast the commands can operate. It illustrates the unique distortion abilities which allow photographs to be distorted both horizontally and vertical. It also shows the color roll routine. Press any key to start. It's actually running so fast that online here you're not seeing the the colors being displayed correctly. It only shows most of the time them being partially displayed, not at their full brilliance. But it's working pretty darn fast, where it can show any part of that graphic and display the screen in any position. I'll stop this program. We'll list it. He does the call link setup, lowercase. This is pretty much a display of it. I learn a lot by going through the programs. Okay, so the next one will be sprites. Run that. And again, this runs pretty quick. And I had a workaround for it. It draws balloons on the screen. These are all sprites. And then it moves the sprites quite rapidly on the screen. Again, this is not balloons, 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 all in TI Basic. Just a lot of hot air, really. And these will move around. Okay, now you got your double magnified sprites. And then he'll go back and here single magnified sprites. A little bit extra memory in the memory. Lets you play around with stuff that you really usually can't play around. Basic. I've seen the same thing with the, or something similar with the editor assembler cartridge. I forgot where it was at, but somebody had all sorts of wonderful stuff you could do if you had the EA cartridge. Go load the program. Oops, sorry. This too. Run this. So this is like Jim Peterson's Tiger Cub quilt displays, but he's mirroring the top and bottom, left and right of the screen. He scrolls that off to the side and does another. I believe what he's doing is he's only setting up the graphics for one quadrant. And excuse me, and mirror mirror draws the others. Okay. We'll break that. We'll quit that. Reset the final gram. And to look at the manual, I'm going to go to my utilities disk here. And I'm going to load the program called Boot, which is an EA5 program. And the nice thing about Boot is you can do a directory. You can display an EA5 file, or I mean a DV80 file, option 2, or option 3, you can run a program, either EA or extended beta. We're going to go for one, show directory, disk 2, and it shows the various files here. And so we're going to arrow down to the one called manual, press V to view, and then press enter. So you see with these commands on the left side, this is already for TI Writer. This is the user's manual choosing the extension to TI Basic. For problems with the Game Writers Toolkit, then again, Mark Wills gives his address. Introduction and how to access the examples. So he has the new commands are box, by, chimes, color roll, down, get photo, large characters, left, lowercase, put photo, print at, quit off, quit on, right, set up, SM list. I'm not familiar with that. Sprite color, sprite move, sprite size, up, window, wipe, where, and get key. Disclaimers and credits. Oh, I have to write back path through that. Let's try that again. That was something I actually wanted to read. So we're going through it. The Game Writers Toolkit, here often referred to as TGWTK, represents nearly a year of continuous development and refinement. All included in this utility is designed to run as efficiently and quickly as possible. utility and all its buffers, memory banks, etc., reside in the RAM of the mini memory and sits in the background. TI Basic is in operation. It is dormant until a specific toolkit command is called. Only then does control pass over to the toolkit. When the particular toolkit command is finished, control passes back to the TI Basic program after the line that calls the particular toolkit command. And you can add these you can add the commands. Because all toolkit commands are written in 100% mean code, they are accessed through the call link. Parenthesis, quote, end parenthesis command. The name of the command you wish to use is inserted there, okay? Pretty standard nowadays, but this was radical when he first came out with this. Example, call link box 4922742. The above example would draw a box starting 4 lines down and 9 characters across, and on the 22nd line, each horizontal line having a length of 7 characters, consisting of asterisks. And he gives more example of calling box. Calling is just diagram back to the color bar screen when you're done. Call link chimes. This command plays a chime whenever it is encountered. It was actually written by Texas Instruments. He acknowledges that and it's on page 322 of the editor assembler level manual. Then you got call link up, call link down, call link left, right. These commands scroll the screen in the direction is stated. The number after R tells the toolkit how many times you want the screen to be scrolled. So like call link left 10 would cause the section of the screen covered by window to scroll left 10 times. Control then returns to your next line of your program. Calling color roll. We went through that before in that demo. We're rolled through all the palette colors. Calling large characters, it makes a large font. Calling lowercase, it replaces the small capitals in the lowercase character set with proper lowercase characters. Any graphic characters that you have stored in ASCII 90 and ASCII 122 will be overwritten with the new definitions. Calling print allows you to print a string of up to 255 characters length at any position on the screen. Yeah, so it's not like basic word always, print. It puts it at the bottom of the and the screen scrolls up. This lets you basic print any phrase or words anywhere on. Calling quit off disables function equals key. Calling wipe. This is a fancy clear command. It fills the screen with the character you specify from the top, left, and right at the same time into the middle. Calling photo, calling photo, calling setup. This must be issued at least at the beginning of your program, else none of the toolkit commands will function. Yeah, so it has to call the commands and let the mini memory know that these are in it, and these are the commands you want to run. Calling window, calling sprites. So all in all, Mark Wills, the Game Writer's Toolkit is not at all what I thought it was going to be. And if you want, go down to the Game Writer's object and view it. And yeah, here's the machine code for it. It's not the source code. That's the object code. So we'll quit that. Okay, so guys, what'd you think of that one? It's a worthwhile demonstration, or? Okay, this is Altman Fairware Library number 141. Let me get my notes here. This is an extended basic toolkit. I see we have various things here. I'm going to quit this. Do a directory of disk 3. We're going to load boot again, just because this is the quickest way to read a deviating file. All right, we'll do a directory of disk 1, and here read me, view, enter. Okay, document program, do not use the text editor or text formatter. Okay, that's all it says. Go down to hints. We'll view this. Hints for requesting Fairwear by Jim Swedlow. These hints can help you when you send for Fairwear. Oh, okay. So it's ordering his Fairwear. So now we'll go down to the bottom here. Toolbox. It's rather big. Okay, you can see this is set up for 80 columns. Back to the main display screen of boot. I'll press W. We're in 80 columns now. I'll press 2 for display a file. Oh yeah, much better. Of course, the font is a little smaller and harder to read. And this might be a little too difficult for you folks at home to read. I'll go back to, actually not, but I'll go back to 40 column mode. Press back, press W, press 3 to, no, we're not going to run a program. Press 2 to display a file. So extended basic tools, 1987, Jim Swedlow, release 1.1. Extended basic tools is a group of programs will help you to write, revise, bug, and analyze extended basic programs. So the table of contents, important information, system requirements, first things first, over running XP tools, file name, reference and press name change, line of press. Extended Basic Tools Release 1, it's distributed under Fairwear concept. If they have Extended Basic, the program's reference and printer require a printer to be hooked up. First things first, I recommend you make a working copy of the disk. and do not actually use the master disk. Because apparently it writes the disk when you're working with it. If printing and reading the documentation, remove the docs file your working disk because it takes up too much space. If you use a test and ASCII chart, move them to another disk. You must keep as much free as possible on your XP Tools working disk. So the programs, take a program that's been saved on disk in format and either extract information, modify it. Reference produces a list of key items and a reference list for each one. Listed are lines, variables, line number, references, etc. Subprograms and in user and data and dimension lines. The suggested pre-scanned variable list order is also printed. You can print any common of item. Compress takes a program and lists, eliminates variable. That's a big one. You use a 6 character word variable instead of E1 or something like that. Subprogram names, it'll cut those down. Name change changes the names of up to 10 variables at a time. We'll delete, keep a block of lines, and we'll move a block of lines from one super extended basic and Rich Gilbertson RX also have that function. To name two cartridges I'm familiar with on moving blocks of blocks of program lines, renumbering them from one place to another. Data press goes through, combines data lines to the extent possible. All line references are honored. Printer prints the line length of all program lines. And if requested, the contents character by character. Your XP Tools also comes with these programs. ASCII chart prints a chart of all ASCII codes, their characters and hex value, and the key basic tokens. Print test helps you determine printer compatibility, and load is a multi-disk program runner and file printer. And so this is quite the comprehensive program on redoing your extend basic programs, even if it's a game. Just doing a even if it's a utilities program or something like that, this will take your program and it will make it take up less space and run faster. Altogether, a good job from Mr. Swedlow. So we're going to quit this and load up another disk. It'll take me a few moments here. So we're going to remove the disk from virtual drive number 1 on my Nano PB. We'll do a directory of this. This is Altman Firmware Library number 146. Let's see the file here in a print media. So once again, we will go to disk 3. We'll load the boot program so we can easily read this. Press V to view, enter. And Geometrics by Marty Kroll. Geometric Shapes requires the extended basic cartridge. This program graphically illustrates many geometric shapes, labels, and dimensions, labels the dimensions, formulas, area or circumference. It's a fine teaching aid, making learning enjoyable. Some of the geometric shapes you may select includes square, rectangle, triangle, trapezoid, circle, sphere, so on, rectangular prism, rectangular pyramid. This program serves several practical purposes. It calculates the desired information quickly and easily, teaches and reviews geometric shapes, relationship between the shapes and formulas. I really struggle through plane and solid geometry, but a lot of the formulas and a lot of the math was tedious. Loading the program from disk, loading the program from cassette, running the program, formulas are displayed after the puts. Okay, everything seems straightforward on this. And we'll press 1. Whoops. Thought there'd be a load program on there. Trick. And I'll press disk 1 geometry. I thought we needed extended basic. All right. Well, we'll go to basic then. I'll do a call files 1 anyway.
Did we lose Vic? Oh, there he is.
Maybe I should run these programs first. Do I have to backtrack here? Go back to the instructions. I seem to have forgotten it. Geometric dock. Yeah, requires extended basic. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Load it. This is a bit of a puzzle. Specifically says need load boot again. Requires extended basic cartridge. Okay. Geometric. Well, I'll try running it directly here. See, it's a 50 sector program. I thought anything over like 48 sectors. Now it's crashing. So I don't know why that won't load. Trying to run it here from extend basic and it just won't load. Well, that won't slow us down. Just remove that disk. Okay, now this disk, shifting gears here, is from 9640 News called Tech One. If you out there happen to have a Geneve, things like this would be invaluable. Command string, DSR doc, key doc, link doc, manage. These are a lot of the docs you need for knowing how to run. That enhancement to the computer. We're here to load another program, the Compact Flash Manager. Select number 2. We're going to catalog disk line number 511 that I had. So anyway, this looks familiar. It's the same disk we just. I moved into drive number 1. Back, catalog, disk number 512, auto dial for modems, mass transfer, not my terminal. Catalog 513, PR base, and catalog 514. Okay, go. Just had somebody ask me about this. And how do you run a mouse on a Geneve computer? And I see here we have third item down is mouse, a DF80 program, mouse dock, DV80 program, a mouse, and a MyLoad dock. So this is disk number what, 514? We'll quit this. Move the disk to 5.1. And put item number 514 in it. We could say goodbye. Go to RXB. Editor assembler, directory 3, enter. Load boot. Okay, we'll do number 1, do a directory, a disk 1. Okay, there it is. We managed to load the right one. We'll step down to mouse dock, press V to view, press enter. Okay, TI Extended Basic My Eric mouse routines. J. Peter Hottie in 19. Many people down 100 or more for a MyArc mouse and MyArc programs. Beyond MyArt and My Dodd's mouse DSR for TI Artist, there's little else that makes use of this expensive piece of point and click hardware. MyArc promises mouse support in their latest advanced basic, which should be available or debugged in about 2 weeks from whenever you read this. Never mind the date up there. In any case, since there are more extended basic programmers out there than anything else, I figured I would throw together some routines to allow extended basic programmer access to the mouse. These routines allow for the mouse control sprite number 1, however the programmer has defined it. Through the use of an interrupt routine, the mouse can always move the sprite regardless of what the program is doing. The sprite can be limited to a particular window in the screen, and all 3 mouse buttons may be scanned. Definitions. The following is a list of the call link command available from Extended Basic. Call link, mouse on, number 1. If sprite number 1 is not defined yet, nothing will appear on the screen. Sprite number 1 should not have any motion defined, or things will look really strange. Note that sprites are only valid from within a running program, so doing a call to this routine in immediate mode will not put anything on the screen. Nice of them to actually. I can see where you get mixed up. What this routine actually does is install an interrupt routine to scan the mouse and control the sprite accordingly. It keep active another interrupt routine if it was installed before this one. Thus, if you are going to use another program that has a user-defined interrupt, install this one last. Call link mouse off, turns the mouse off, turns off mouse control sprite number 1, and off the corresponding interrupt routine. Call link mouse buttons, F1, 2, and 3, scans buttons. Okay. Call link mouse windows defines the window that the mouse can operate in. The files are mouse, mouse doc, mouse demo, an extended basic program with mouse assembly language saved into it using Todd Kaplan's All Save. It is published in Barry Traver's Genial Triplet. I've used All Save. It's great if you've got a assembly language routine and you want to embed it into an extended base program so your program just loads and runs from extended basic and doesn't have to do a call load call link to an external program. Random notes, they're inspired by those provided with the Mechatronics mouse. The routines are quite similar in nature, although the coding isn't. Thanks to Mike Dodd for his mouse routine. Thanks to Barry Traver. Okay. So we'll end this. We'll do a directory again. And that was the mouse doc. So let's look at the mouse DF80. File, and again, this is your assembly routine. So yeah, it exists. If anybody has a Myarch Geneve and they want to know how to use the mouse on it, excuse me. That's that one. While going through my disks, I discovered in the Altman Fairware Library and other Fairware libraries There are discs of the month. So let's try looking at one. We're going to catalog. Excuse me. Volume 541. This is the disc of the month from May of 1986. You see, they got a load program, a load manager, disk manager in there. So we'll try loading this disk and see what's on it. Move the disk from drive 1. Yeah, this is quicker than taking the disk out of the drive and put it in a jacket and put it in a box and then taking the next disk out. I seem to remember I saw a load program there. Let's try running it. Hello and welcome to Volume 1, Number 1 of the Dallas Computer Club. Disc of the month. The selection programs. 9900 Breakthrough, a game written in Forth. Cataloging library with documentation. A program to catalog disk files. Disk use with documents. A disk editor. DM1000 version 3.1. A complete disk manager program. Loan calculator and savings calculator. Let's try a game. We haven't run many of those today. To run Breakthrough, use EA option 3. File name Breakthrough. Okay. To run the cataloging library, to print the document. Okay. So it's EA3 file name Breakthrough. So as you what do you have to do? Okay, so I didn't get the name right. Breakthtru. Try that again. There we go. Oh, okay. This uses Clint Pulley's assembly routines. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm lazy. Press fire to play. Okay, I'll have to actually get a joystick out for this. It's not how I usually play Breakthrough. So I'm no good at Breakthrough, but yeah, it's a nice version. Quit this. So let's look at a loan manager. This ran in extended basics. We'll give this a try. So to determine the payment amount, the number of payments, loan amount, well, let's see what the payment amount. Payments are made monthly. Length of loan is interest rate. Let's say it's 8%. Years of loan. Let's say we're going for a 4-year loan, and the amount of loan is $33,000. We're buying a interest rate compounded. So, okay, so it says here on a loan for $33,000, I would have to pay $171 a month for 4 years. The total cost for my $33,000 loan would be $37,000, and it would $4,055 interest. I don't know why when you go to a car dealer and you go, well, how much is this loan going to cost? What are the monthly payments? It's always this routine. Oh, I go in the back off and figure that out, calculator or something like that. They always give you this song and dance. Let's say we want to pay it off in 5 years. Yeah, I'm still here. Say you want to pay the number of payments 2. Paid monthly. Length of loan is expressed in years. We're going to go with 5.8% interest. A monthly payment. Oh, we're going to figure it out by monthly. Say I pay $800 a month. And it's 43. So let's see what we get if we paid just a little more per month. Okay, so that's a little better. If we can go from $740 a month to $800, we save a couple $100 in interest. So let's look at the payout annual years. We'll go with 5.8% interest again for 4 years. $33,000. Okay, this is one we did before. We wind up paying almost $5,000 in interest over 4 years, paying at Oh, that was annual payments. Okay. So anyway, that'll figure out what your loan payments are. And if you now, if we pay this out, payment amount, monthly, loan is expressed in years. 5.8%. Years of loan, 4 years. Amount of loan. Oh, I don't get the option on this. It's easier to just break the program and restart it than having to figure out. But yeah, here's a TI computer can figure this out real quick. But you go to a car dealership and you try to figure out, what if I pay it off in 3 years? Payments are made monthly. Let's say we want to pay this off in 3 years. Okay. So we saved in 3 years. It doesn't say what the monthly payment is. $1,000 rather than 740. So if you can swing a bigger monthly payment, you can pay off your $33,000 loan in 3 years, and you're only paying $3,000 in interest rather than nearly $5,000 on a 4-year loan. I'm having too much fun with this. Let's figure out our payment amount again. For monthly, in years, we're going to go with 5.8% again. Years of loan. Okay, so there we go. We've cut it less than half. We got to come up with the $1,500 a month payment. To pay only $2,000 interest. So do this again. Payments are made monthly, loans expressed in years. Let's say we got to take 7 years to pay off this car. I can hear you groaning already. Okay, the payments, monthly payment has dropped $478. But we got to make 84 payments. We'll wind up paying $40,000 on our $33,000 loan. And we're going to pay over $7,000 in interest. I'm sure there's an app for your phone now that could run a spreadsheet. So when you run into a car dealership and you go, what's the interest payment? How many years? Oh, I could just do that on my phone now. Figure out what the interest is. Yeah, if you want the absolutely lowest monthly payment, because of your budget, yeah, you can do it, but boy, you sure take a hit there on the little payments. Let's look at another disc of the month. Archive calendar, card payment, Cosby. Oh, okay, that must be a TIR. Oh, RLE Maxes. So okay. Oh, we have a load program. Okay. Move this disk. For 42. Is our disc of the month. I must have in these compact flash files about 50 of these discs of the month. So we've got archiver program, extended basic files on disk for transmission over a modem is one file. Calendar, a basic program print the calendar for any year. Any year? Card payment. A extended basic program to interest and pay off on credit cards. Yeah, problem with those is you keep adding to the balance every month. Gothic. An extended basic program prints one line on a printer in a Gothic style font. MDM chess, an extended basic chess game that uses two computers and the computers connected over a modem and phone lines. Wow. RLE Max, an EA option 3 load file that is a new type of graphics display program. EA program name is Start. And the pictures included on this disk are Cosby, Mercury 7, and Weather. Use the number keys and shift numbers to change the colors. Print the picture with the P. To save the disk, the GraphX program file with the S key. Okay. Inside print. For printing multi-plan files sideways. Well, I don't know if you ever had to print multi-plan spreadsheet files. You have to tape together, the left, the middle, and the right. That was a major chore. Multi-plan side was a great asset. Let's look at those files again. Cosby, Mercury 7, and Weather. Okay. RLE Max is pretty comprehensive. It's not a drawing program like TI Artist or graphics. I'll get this right yet. Yeah, so RLE Max does not have the baggage that a lot of other programs have because it's just a picture viewer. Ah, well, I can't seem to load a picture for program. Oh well. Some of these work and some of them don't. go back to see what's on the list here. We'll catalog volume 543. The next in line, disc of the month. Brooke, another DF 128 graphic image. Character 1, default, FT loader, load FT, memory test 1, memory test 2, read this. Same angle. Okay, we'll load it. Okay. Everything's here. So we can actually quit this. Load it. Load RXB. And disk 1 load. DITHCG disk of the month. This month we have Brooke, a picture for RLE Max. So you needed the RLE Max program off the previous disk. Cat Library Manager, an extended basic program to merge files from the Cat Library utility for fast term. For terminal, you can load fast or use the EA extended basic to run the program. Print README with the angle. Okay, so a lot of these, they progress. That's it for this month. Card. I have number 3. The screen's going to go blank. I'm going to shut down the system, and I'm going to change it back to number 2 in my. Going to load a new disk here. I'm going to load disk. Okay, this is a assembler. I have to quit this. Whoops. We just direct. This is a games boss. Firmware, who is Dave Clue, says, "Am I ever hungry? Watch out for those cats. Press fire to be alpha lock up." In one direction. What's up? I'm glad you. It's like move you make you lose. Mouse. A path right over them. I thought I would deliberately. Yes. It's your mouse. Oh, well. That's silly. The TI are usually pretty good. Number of levels. 2 is beginner's permit, challenging. 8 is insane. Function up require 32K expansion Y upper and learner. Oh, so you have to negotiate. Let's try just number 1 here. Left corner to the lower right. Can beginner's permit, please. Okay, so you can move the screen. You can go to the right. So if we changed, notice it's also from either putting down through levels, up, left, and right. Let's go do that. So we have to go somewhere else. Okay, let's go to the lower. Get out of that upper right corner, unless you have next. A perfect memory of perfect memory out of that little section. A function like, and press enter. Left and right level. Let's go up, up. Let's try down here. Lower 2. Now we're on level 4 up here. But let's try out like select level 9. I don't know how this generates these in memory. A couple times figuring out. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother upper and lower. Oh, so that was on the 8 formal commercial catalog. No data in it. This is a bad disk.
So it looks like we lost Vic there. Well, thanks for those that kind of stuck in there and hung in for the April 2021 Chicago TI user group meeting. Obviously, we were having some technical difficulties. Both, it seems that Vic's audio and video were running out of sync. Perhaps in the magic of post-editing, we can correct a little bit of that and re-upload the video, just so that it's a little more watchable. Maybe some subtitling would help as well, or re-voice over. But we'll see what we can do. No promises. So once again, I'd like to thank our participants. John for running the stream, Vic for presenting, Hal, honorable mention. Unfortunately, his technical difficulties prevented him from joining us on stream today, but hopefully next month will be different. Guess we can sign off now. Mm-hmm. I know Vic has already rolled his sign-off video.
I don't know if it made the cut, but there's a lot of technical issues. But I'll wrap it up here, and then we can talk.
Okay.
Okay. So once again, John, Vic, myself, Jim, and Hal, honorable mention.
See you next month.
And thanks again, everyone, for hanging in there who did hang in there.